piece of paper down here. These are the projects. So this is portrait and this is landscape. We are going to be using Magenta Madness, which is a new in color. So this is the one that's for the, I don't remember, landscaped one, and this is for the portrait one. Then we have some Whisper White for our punching, and we have some designer series paper to do our decorating and our wrapping our nuggets. I know you guys have seen me do that before. I will, let me see, this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 for your landscaped one, which would be this one. And then this is 2 5/8 by 5 3/4 for this one. And then your DSP is, what is the measurement of this? 1 1/8 by 1 3/4. And then these are 3 inches long by 1 inch. Yay, I think you guys are finding me. Hey, Marty. So let's go ahead. We are using the Posted For You bundle. So it comes with the punch, or you can purchase it as a bundle and save 10%, or you can buy them separately, one or the other, or both, but I wouldn't buy both unless you buy it in the bundle, so you can save 10%. And then again, some scrap Whisper White. And then we have our Hershey Nuggets right here that we're going to be using. I'm going to move these out of the way. I cannot find my Simply Scored board, so I'm going to go ahead and use my trimmer, which is, for me, it's a little more difficult, but it's okay. We'll get through this. All right, so I am going to take the one that is the landscape. Again, it's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And what we're going to do, this is 3 1/4, right? Yeah, okay. So we're going to score this at 5/8 of an inch with the short side at the top, the 3 1/4 inch at the top. And I'm going to go 5/8. Okay, so I am going to go to just the 1/8 past the half. That's the only way I know how to do it, you guys. My math really stinks. All right, and I am going to score that. So then I'm going to flip this around and do the same thing. So 5/8, just like so. Then I'm going to stick it with the long side, and we're going to score it at 1 3/8. Right there, which is right before your half. And I'm going to score it, hoping I'm doing this right. And then again at 2 and score it. And then 3 3/8 again. 3 3/8. I hope I have my measurements right. I hope. We'll find out. All right, so then we have 4. They are tiny, but they hold 2 Hershey Nuggets in them. So they're perfect for a little treat, a little gift for, you know, a little thank you, or if you want to put a smile on someone's face, or you want to give it to, well, I would say stick it in your mailbox for your postman, but it's pretty hot out there right now, so it might not work. So that one's all scored for that. So I am going to put that aside, and then for our portrait one, which is 2 5/8 by 5 3/4, we're going to score it again at 5/8 on both sides. So 5/8, flip it around, do it at 5/8 again. Oh, I bent the corner up on this one. It's okay, just like so. And then we are going to flip it where the long side is up at the top. The 5 3/4 is going to be at the top. And then we're going to score it at 2. 2 5/8. 4 5/8. No, I just scored that wrong. It's 5/8, not 3/8. Okay, so this one is going to be off a little, I think. Let's see. 5/8. So it's going to be here. So 5/8, 2 and 5/8. I'm going to give that a little bit deeper of a score so that we, oh, I did do it at 5/8. Okay, hope I did that one at 5/8, I mean 3/8. 4 and 5/8. I tell you guys, I get all confused when I have too many measurements going on. And 5 1/4. All right, so hopefully this is right. Somehow or another, I'm not sure that it is, but we're gonna fold and burnish on all of the score lines. Hopefully this turns out. I hope. I'm a little nervous about my measurements right now. All right, and then like that, and then like that, and then we're gonna do this one the same way. I am checking my comments. Wow, you guys are commenting like crazy. Let me see here. Chicken nuggets. No, Hershey nuggets. Hershey. Did I say chicken nuggets? You guys, did I say chicken nuggets? I might have. Oh, you guys are saying hi to each other. Wonderful. I love chicken nuggets, and I love Hershey nuggets too. Yeah, I think someone is a little hungry. Okay, I know. Isn't this a beautiful pink? It is gorgeous. It is Magenta Madness, and it is one of the new 5-in colors for this year. Okay, somehow or another this just does not look right, but I'm hoping that it is. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take scissors. And there's no special measurement on this one. They're both going to be cut the same. So if you can tell, you have a wider section in between your score and the end of the cardstock, and then you have the two that are right here. On this side, where you have the smaller lip right here, that's where you're going to cut. You're going to cut up to this score line, the second score line, and you're going to cut just on the inside of the score line, all the way up to that score line, just like so. And I don't cut straight, so sometimes I have to go back in and do a little trimming, but it's all right. I don't do anything straight, but it's okay. All right, and then you're going to cut off this first little flap right here, and I'm going to cut just on the outside, if that makes sense, so that you're cutting off the score mark is what you want to do. And then I'm going to do that just like so. All right, then, oh, see, I didn't cut that one. I needed to cut on the inside of that, just like that. Okay, and then we are gonna just give these a little notch, just like so. I'm gonna fold this up so it's out of the way. So we'll just notch it just a little bit, like so. I may notch that just a little more. So by notching it, it just helps it to go into place easier. It just makes it cleaner, and you're also cutting off the score marks. Okay, so yeah, you guys, welcome Marty. Okay, so I'm going to notch this one. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. Just like so. All right, and so then this center score where you have the two score lines, you just want to do the same thing. You're going to cut on the just on the outside of the score line, on both sides, just like that. And then we're going to notch that as well. Just give it a little notch. Okay, like that. And then this side here, just like so. Fold this up and do that. And then I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm noticing that there's a lot of shadows going on. Okay, so we'll take those off. So that's that. So that's what it should look like when you're done. It should look just like that. So hopefully you guys can see that. And then we're going to take in, I'm using my little 1/2 inch punch. I will never get rid of this. It has retired. Hey, Melinda. But I love it, so I will never get rid of it. But if you don't have one, you can use any punch that has a corner in it or a curve where you can make a little notch. Or you can use your little circle dies too. And then I don't have a corner rounder anymore, but instead of corner rounding this little flap, I'm just going to give it a little notch is all I'm going to do. You can use your corner rounder if you have one to round the corners, and all it does is let it tuck in a little smoother. That's all it does. Okay, then for this one we're going to do the same thing. So again, where the two score lines are the closest, we're going to cut up on just in the inside of your score line. Oh, did I just do this right? Yeah, I did. Okay. It scared me for a second there. All the way up here. And then we're going to cut off these flaps here. This first one, we're just going to cut that off. Just like that. Sometimes I spook myself because I'm like, oh, wait, is that right? Is that right? All right, and then we're going to notch this again, just like so. And this one, again, I'm going to flip that back so I can see better, and hopefully you guys can see better. And I, for the life of me, don't understand why there are such shadows going on. Oops. There we go. All right, and then again here, so we're going to cut just on the outside of that score line. Oh, it is easy. It's not hard at all. So then I make it sound easy, but it doesn't look easy. So that means I'm not doing a good job showing you how to do it. It looks hard. It's not hard at all. It's just a little trimming and a little scoring, and that's all it is. Okay. I hope you guys give it a try though, because it really is not hard, and they are super cute, and they're perfect for little gifts. All right, just a little something. Let me get rid of those. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my corner, or not my corner punch, but my 1/2 inch punch. I'm going to give that a little notch, and then my little front tab here, I am going to just give that a little trim. I really think I did do the measurements wrong on this one, but we'll see. I hope not. All right, so there we go. So that's what that will look like when you're done cutting it. All right, so now we're going to bring in some glue. So I'm going to use my liquid glue on this one. You can use your Terran tape. You can use the new Stampin' Seal Plus, which the plus is for 3D projects. So it's a really strong adhesive. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put adhesive on the inside flaps of these two flaps right here, the middle flaps, I'm just going to put some glue on there, and I'm going to be careful not to put too much so that it doesn't ooze out. And then I'm just going to bring this up and around just like so, so that it fits in there. And because we notched it, it's not sticking up over the top. I'm going to hold it, make sure that it's in there. And then this side, the same thing. And just make sure that it's flush in there. And then we're going to put adhesive on the inside of this flap, but not these. You don't want it on your little flaps. Just like so, which I'm going to do just like that. And it probably would have been easier if we would have already decorated did our little decoration for the top, and then you could have glued it down before you glued it all together, but I didn't do that, so it will be okay. Little tiny donut boxes. It does, doesn't it? No, you wouldn't have. You would not have thrown it down, Lynette. It's a lot easier than it looks, I promise you. Okay, so there we go. So this folds down just like that. Then this, whoops, this comes in and tucks in the top of it just like that. And somehow or another, I told you, I didn't think my measurement looked right at all. So that would fold in like this. So I did mess up my measurement. I knew it looked weird. I knew it did. Yeah, this should have been down here more. And then like that. So that one doesn't fit. Woo-hoo. That's all right. But that's what it would look like, is just like that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and leave it just for the decorating purposes. I will make sure that I have the measurements up here so that you guys will have the right ones. I know I have the right ones. I just got confused, which is not hard for me these days. I am just giving that one a little bit of extra trim there. All right, so this one is going to be our landscaped one, and you're going to do the same thing. So this is the back of our box right here. This, we're going to put that and this flap onto there. So I am going to do this, put some glue on the inside of the flaps, and it is going to go, move this one out of the way. All right, so it's going to go just like that. And this one is going to go just like that. All right, like so. And then this is going to come down here. And just bring it over. Oh, you guys, I'm not really in the picture. Shoot. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so let's do that just like so. All right, and then these flip down like that, and this one better fit. All right, just like that. There, it does. Okay, so, except for that didn't glue down. Oh, I didn't give it enough time to glue. All right, let's hold that down some. Sometimes that's the downside to using liquid glue with 3D projects, is you gotta hold it for a few seconds. And sometimes I'm impatient and I don't do that. Aw, see you later, Chris. Glad you got to join in for a few minutes. Okay, and then that goes down and this goes right in there like so. So there we go. So that one's that. Now we're gonna bring in our Whisper White. One of them I'm going to go ahead and stamp on. I've already loaded up my image that I'm using. We're going to use the love on there because I think a lot of love needs to be spread these days. Okay, so I am going to just put that right like so. Wow, these shadows are like killing me. All right, so there's that one. I'm going to give that a couple seconds to dry. And then we're going to bring in our punch. And I hope I gave enough room to punch, which I think I did. I did. Okay. Just center it in there and give it a punch. And then we're going to come over and we're going to punch another one, just a blank one, just like that. Then we're going to adhere our, actually this one is not going to have, that one's not going to have designer series paper, but this one is. So this one is going to be the portrait one. So I want to make sure that my paper is going the right way, which I like this one, the way this goes. Okay, so we are going to just put that right in the center of this little postage, rectangular postage. Okay. Just like so. So even though the lid is messed up on this one, you guys, we are going to go ahead and use it. And put that right on there like so. Normally I pop things up, but this one I'm not going to. I'm going to just glue that right on top of there, just like so. Oops. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to take this little image, is that right? Image, yes. This one right here that says special delivery. And we're going to bring in some more scrap Whisper White. I'm going to take our Bumblebee Yellow, which is another new in color. And I'm going to stamp that right there. So what you can do with this is I am going to use my retired 1 1/4 inch punch because I love it. But you can use any circle die you have. If you have the 1 1/4 inch punch, that's awesome. Or you could use the stitched circle, the smallest one, and that works too, but that it gives you a little extra of a white edge around, which still works just fine. Or you can just use your circle dies, the layering circles. You could use those too and find the size that you want. But I'm just going to punch this out real quick. I love my punches. I was kind of sad to see this retire, but hey. And then you just kind of center that in there. And then we are going to just put this right in the center of that, like so. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down with some liquid glue. Come on. Just like that. Right in the center. So I don't need a sentiment for this one because it already has one. Special delivery. And then we're going to dress it up. If you have a circle punch or a die that you can cut this size of a circle out, you could put your designer series paper there too, which would be really cute. But I'm going to go ahead and use some of my linen thread. I'm going to tie a bow. Actually, this isn't linen thread. I think this is thread that's come from one of my paper pumpkins. I'm actually out of my linen thread, but it's close, very, very close. Okay, take my ribbon scissors, give this a trim, and I am going to just stick that with a glue dot. Take a glue dot, kind of roll it up a little, stick my ribbon bow on there, and we're going to stick that right in the center, just like that. Isn't that cute, you guys? All right, so let's decorate this one. So this one, I'm going to do some coloring. Last week I showed you how to use the watercolor pencils. This week we're going to be using some markers. This is retired. This is Light Lovely lipstick. I think you can get this in the Magenta Madness, and if you can't, you could probably get away with using the Light Melon Mambo. So I'm not going to do any shading on this. I'm just going to color this right in there, just like so. Just kind of give this flower some color. Quickly do it. Like so. Then we're going to come in with some light old olive and color the leaves. A lot of times I like to do shading, but we're not going to do any shading today. Just wanted to throw down some pretty color. It doesn't have to be fancy all the time. Okay, so just like that. And then I'm going to take in my light basic black, and I'm going to color in the love because I really wanted the love to pop on this. So just kind of color that in carefully. Just like so. So isn't that cute? I think that's really pretty. I missed a leaf, didn't I? All right, so we'll bring this back in and put a leaf right there. All right, now we'll bring in our landscape. We're gonna go ahead and put this down just like so. Isn't it neat? It fits right on this box. It's absolutely perfect fit. Isn't that cute? Okay, you could put a bow. You know what? I think I'm gonna put these are new in the new catalog. They're elegant faceted gems. They're absolutely really, really pretty. Hopefully you can see them. You have the white, you have, I guess that's like champagne, and then the clear, or they're actually frosted, clear frosted. And I think that I am going to use a champagne one. So I am going to take your pick, my little putty one here. I think I'm going to take one of the little ones, and we are just going to put it right there, just to give it a little something. And then I think I'm going to put one up here too. And I think what I'm going to use there is I'm going to do the same color. Maybe I will use one of the little white ones, and we're going to put it right in the center of our bow, just like so. Kind of maneuver it a little bit, like that. And there we go. So now let's just go ahead and get our nuggets wrapped all nice and pretty. So we have our designer series paper here and our nuggets. So I don't think that I have my tear and tape over here. So let me grab it real fast. Ugh. Well, maybe I won't grab it very fast. I do not see it. So you guys, I have such a mess in here because of trying to prep for my class still and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm trying to get done. Okay, so what am I going to use? I guess I could use this. This just isn't very, I'm hoping it's going to be strong enough. Okay, so I am just going to use a little bit of this. Hopefully I can get it to get some sticky on here. Here we go. I think I got it. Now, today is batting 0, isn't it? There we go. All right, so I am just going to put a little bit there, and then on each side of these, just a little bit. I think I did it right. All right, and then we're going to put this nugget in the center, kind of. This is going to come, actually no, I'm sorry. I'm going to stick it just like so. And then this is going to wrap around just like that. But we need to put some more adhesive, and I'm just going to use my glue because I love my glue and I can use that the easiest and the quickest, and that's just what I do. All right, we just have to hold it for a couple seconds. Oh, okay, Marty, thanks for joining in today. I hope you do give it a try. I will make sure that I post everything. You guys look for it probably by Monday for sure. I'll have it up there. I will have it posted. Okay, so there, and then we're going to wrap this around like so. Put a little glue right there. And hold that. Aren't those so cute when they're wrapped like that? I love it when they're wrapped. They are just so cute. It just gives them a little extra something, something. Okay, do this right here. Do this right here. I'm so sorry, you guys, that I accidentally ended the live earlier, switching my phone. It's so irritating when that happens, but things just happen. Okay, so, and the funny part of it is, well, it's really not funny, is I knew to be careful because when I was working with it earlier, I said, oh, that's real easy to hang up on, so be careful not to do that. And then what do? I go and I do it. Okay, so there we go. So those are those. So this is going to go right in here, and these go in portrait mode, just like that. And then this gets closed up. And then, I'm sorry I messed up the scoring on the top of this too, and then these go in portrait landscape wise, and they just fit right in the box like so, and then it just fits just like that. So then you have your special delivery and your love, and then you have this one and this one, just like so. So I hope that you guys really did enjoy this. I hope you give it a try. It's really not that hard, Megan, I promise you. Lynette, you would not throw it down. It's not that hard at all once you get the hang of what you're doing. It's just knowing where to cut and just getting your measurements and your measurements right. But I promise you, I will have the measurements up, posted with this. And you know what? I think I'm going to try to do a clean video for you guys too, so that you guys can be able to see that better. And you can always go back and rewatch this and fast forward it, stop it where you need it to stop so you can see what to do. But it really is fun. These make adorable little gifts to give to people, just to brighten someone's day. Because you guys, you never know what the impact is going to be on somebody. When you send them a card in the mail, let them know that you're thinking of them, or encourage them. Or if you or give them a little trinket, a little gift, a little piece of chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate? Most everybody does. I'm sure there's some that don't. But just the box itself will put a smile on someone's face, don't you think? Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today and taking your time out to spend with me at lunch today. And you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you, Nikki. So, Nikki, when do you want me to head to your house? I'll just ask you right here. If you're still on here. All right. You guys and your donuts, Krispy Kremes, Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, no, actually I do like Krispy Kremes, but I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. All right, so you guys, again, keep your eyes on God, get you that accountability partner, and you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you reminder, I will not see you. Yes, I will. I'll see you next week. Right? Yes, next week I will see you. Okay, next week it is. Bye, you guys. Toodly-doo.